Hey y'all, welcome back to the Lily Her podcast. I'm your host Ayana Mariah, and you are now listening to a Big Young production boo, where we hold space for not only healing, becoming, but literally stepping into your Stargirl era. So whether this episode finds you at a standstill, it finds you in the middle of whatever God is throwing at you. I hope that this episode makes you feel seen. Hopes it gives you something. Hopes it leaves you with something. So honestly, I think this episode is perfect for anybody trying to figure it out, trying to work on healing, becoming, setting boundaries, everything that we really deal with, in our 20s, because it's about that time. But honestly, today I'm sitting here with my girl, Nasia.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, girl, how you doing? Hey, Nasia, girl.
I'm good. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited to be here.
Honestly, you said you was nervous, but I just feel like you just was acting behind the lights.
Okay, we're going to jump right into that.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never done nothing like this before. So, yeah, I'm just excited.
I'm excited for you, honestly.
And I'm looking forward to getting into some things.
I'm excited for you to get into some things. I heard you've been having something to talk about too.
A few things.
Yeah, we can't wait to see. So I know you said that you also like you said you was outside. How was that? Did you have? It looked like a ball, honestly, especially because of the fact you went out, after with them. Like,
yeah, it was Juneteenth. I actually went to, I don't know if anybody watches their pod, but it's the Behind the Likes podcast. They had a live show in Virginia Beach. It was so much fun. They had an opportunity to pick two people from the crowd to go on stage and play a game. And my friend Nas, I love my Nazi, encouraged me to go up on stage. And y'all, I went on stage and had a blast, a ball. And I'm typically very shy. Like I said, I've never done nothing like that before. So for me to do that, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm breaking out of this box. I'm having fun. So yeah.
I know that's right. Don't play with your girl. So the fact that I know you stepping out. So what has made you want to do this in 2025?
I don't know. I feel like I naturally I feel like I've always been kind of shy growing up. But I feel like I've always if you are close to me, you see my personality, then I am a lot of fun, and I feel like people kind of perceive me a different way or get a misconception of me before they get to know me, but I really am a lot of fun, and I just want to start putting myself out there. I'm 23. I'm not going to be 23 forever. I'm not going to be in my 20s for forever. Yeah. So I just want to make memories and be true to myself.
And I love that for you. And I think it is such a great side of you that I feel like everybody don't really get to see.
Yeah,
so
no.
I'm excited for you to go on this new journey on top of that.
I'm very excited.
So it makes me wonder also, I know you said you also been, talking about creating a sense of self. Mm-hmm. So how has that been looking for you lately, especially with you, stepping into this new chapter?
Finding sense of self, I feel like, has been a very long and hard journey. Mm-hmm. I feel like recently, I'm only 23, so I feel like growing up, I have a lot of siblings, so I feel like I was always either not taking care of people, but just helping people out and being the responsible one and just trying not to, ruffle anybody's feathers or anything like that. Okay. But I feel like as I've gotten older, I don't know, I just want to start putting myself first. I'm coming out of a long-term relationship, and I feel like I didn't lose my sense of self in that relationship, but I feel like I didn't prioritize myself as much as I should have. Okay. And I feel like I want to just get back into doing that. I want that to be a principle for me, because I feel like, not to say that I was negotiating on a lot of things, but like I said, I wasn't prioritizing myself, and I just want that, a natural thing for me to be no, it doesn't work for me, leaving it alone. Just always putting myself first, no matter what that looks like, just outside of relationships also. So, yeah.
I agree. I love that for you, because I think that's something that, I think that's it's an ongoing battle, especially because every day you have to work on choosing yourself in different ways, and sometimes times goes by and you just fall back into old habits, and I'm the same way. I want to make sure, if I'm working on anything every day, it needs to be taken care of. It needs to be taken care of. I need to be choosing myself every single day, especially when it comes down to men.
Are we gonna whisper the forbidden word?
Yeah, no, for real.
I feel like for me, prioritizing myself, like recently I've been like trying to work out more. I don't know if you see me, I'll be posting my close
Oh
friends, my
yeah,
little
yeah, and I
workouts.
love
And I
that.
feel like that be giving me like a little like not a confidence boost, but just like okay, I'm having purpose with my day, you know.
Mhm.
What else have I been doing? I work. I go to work all the time. Um, Also been trying to find like other little hobbies to do. So like I've been building Legos. I've always loved
Period.
coloring, and I watch a lot of TV. Like I don't care what nobody say. I be into TV so bad, and it's just like
Mhm.
I watch everything from Netflix, Apple TV, Max,
Oh, you
everything.
know.
I'm
Oh,
watching
so let
it.
me find.
Yeah.
I need to text you about the movies when I
Yes,
need
about
them to watch.
everything.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for telling me
But a
that.
good reality show, yes. We're gonna get into that later, but yeah.
Mhm. And I think that makes me talk about what we talked about earlier, because I know you said you was working on like creating a sense of self a little bit,
Mhm.
and I resonated with that because like for me, I feel like I've been trying to figure out what I want to do, and like just making sure that it's like very necessary to put myself first when it comes down to work life balance
Mhm.
and also like relationships and things. Is it like a way that you've been like balancing, the two?
What the
Like
relationship stuff and stuff
yeah,
prioritizing?
cause I know, like I said, we be
Um,
on our own little Love Island. I
I don't
hear
know. I
it.
feel like I'd be trying to find the balance. I feel like definitely because I've moved, so it's
Mhm.
kind of put some distance between us naturally. I feel like we've kind of been getting into the flow of like doing our own thing, but like still just like still on the same page with us, but
Mhm.
still like us both bettering ourselves while we aren't together. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think we've been doing okay with it. Definitely could be better. So yeah, but I'm trying, y'all.
Look, girl. Look, I don't blame you. Now, wait. So I love, but that's actually really good
Yeah,
because I
you
think
would
that's
think.
kind of like a really like a new start, and that's
Mhm.
probably why you have been. I love that you have been
Yeah,
picking up new hobbies and creating a
I'm
whole new
trying.
sense of girl bye. This all makes so much sense now, especially with you and your
Everything.
new adventures that you plan on going
Yes.
through this year. So I love that as
Hmm.
well.
I'm looking forward to it.
And I feel like honestly, like it's understandable. I think we all be going through it when it comes down to those type of things. But it kind of makes me get into Love Island.
Oh.
Stop.
Uh, by the time this episode airs, it would be over with. But
Yeah, today's I know
tonight is the
today's the
finale
yes,
episode,
it
and
is the
I'm just
finale.
exhausted with these people. I can't believe Ace and Shelley went home, but I'm Team Nicolandria to the very end.
Yeah, because I have feel like watching it. They have been. I feel like all summer we've been
Yeah.
watching them
We don't
create their
see
own sense of
everything, and that
self.
annoys me.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But they have been trying to like seeing them work on themselves
Mm-hmm.
and come to different conclusions and figuring out who they
Yeah.
are. Maya standing up for herself,
Mm-hmm.
Huda going through all that. They just all created their
Can't do
own
my girl
sense of
Huda,
self.
but definitely with like I would say Alandria and just like how she
Yep,
carries
her too.
herself, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people like overlooked this with the whole Taylor situation. I feel like he was like, oh, she giving me a kid feeling again, da 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 da. The girl
Yeah.
Clark. I feel like with Alandria, he just had to be a man, and he just wasn't ready to be that.
Yeah.
And I feel like I want a
That's
man to
okay
come to
too.
me and know, oh, I got to be a man. I got to be
Mm-hmm.
have everything together because she's not accepting less
That's
than.
yeah.
Like yeah, of course we always gonna have fun times and laugh together, but baby, we're not kids. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep growing up, and I want to know that okay, I got a man by my side and not a little boy.
You're not wrong. That's 100%
So yeah.
understandable. And I think I remember I had posted something, and I did 100% think that like I'm not gonna say I thought opposite, but I did feel like
Of who?
of Taylor. Remember
Oh,
he was
okay,
like
yeah.
Ayana, no.
Yeah,
I was
but the
saying that I
issue,
kind of no,
yeah,
hold on. I do feel like I kind of say I feel like I kind of do agree with Taylor because I do feel like in a relationship you would want to
mhm,
feel like you are your child self. Your inner child should be thriving. I definitely believe that, but I do definitely understand the breakdown when you
yeah,
say like you want somebody to come ready, you want
mhm,
somebody to come and you're if
yeah.
anything then
Actually,
you're settling,
please.
so I definitely understood that, and I do feel like looking at it, he wasn't ready
Mhm.
for Olandria. But I what do you think about Nick and Olandria like
Nick and
together?
Alandria, even I feel like I've always liked Nick as an individual, and I've always liked
Me too.
Alandria as an individual, even like when they weren't in a couple. But I feel like I can't tell if like because I feel like he understands that sense that I'm saying, like, oh yeah, like I have to be an upright man, when it comes to Landria, because I feel like he definitely is a different person when he is with her, like not in a bad way though, but I just don't know if it's genuine because we don't get to see everything, but then like I'm hearing, oh, they're actually way more probably in love than what we really think, so it's like, yeah.
And that's one thing that I think like kind of like turn my head a little bit as well, especially because I feel like this whole season kind of been like, I don't want to say rigged, but
it's everything's
it never
just
made
off
sense. But I mean, vote didn't make sense this year
at all.
anyway. So I mean, I don't know what I expected.
I didn't vote to send Ace and Shelly home.
Yeah.
Huda should have been home. I don't.
And I understand the growing. I think she could have did that growing at home though. You know, like you was being very, 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 very rude to Iris.
To everybody,
and like I watched like a therapist breakdown.
I be seeing her on TikTok too.
Yeah, the therapist breakdown, and I was like she's so smart for doing that. But I definitely, Huda definitely got so, and then the fact that I feel like it's the kind of like the same thing going on, and so she just make men miserable. like I feel like I don't know because going through the same thing, low key. Like
I just didn't like the last agreement with Chris about how you want to do it in the bedroom, but you don't want to kiss me. Like that was just beyond. And I feel like if roles was reversed, she would be having a complete issue. So I don't really get it.
So I'm not really. You agree with Chris?
Yeah,
I'm team Chris.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
I would just be like,
I definitely agree.
Like, if you're going to have a boundary, stick all the way with the boundary.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't want to be intimate too soon. Don't be intimate too soon then. But don't be a freak in the sheets and you a prune outside. Like, we know you, girl.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that's honestly... you messy. You messy.
We seen the, what was it? The heart race challenge? Yeah, girl.
What do you
think? But you don't want to kiss?
That? What do you think? Wait.
Baby, don't nobody want to hear what I think about that. I feel like they clipped it at the right time because she took it too far. They wasn't going to be able to show what she was doing anyways.
Yeah.
But for everyone to say that, okay, it was too far, and they seen it with their own eyes, and then the internet like, oh no, y'all not a girl's girl, da-da-da-da. Like, baby, what?
Yeah.
Huda is delusional. And if the roles was reversed, even if it was a challenge, and she was still with Jeremiah up until that point, and Shelly did that to Jeremiah, and it was, oh, it's a challenge, when they couldn't even breathe next to your man day one. I don't like Huda. It's not that I don't like Huda because I don't know her, but it's just like, and
it's of course, a lot of growing there to be done, and it's a lot that she puts on other people. Like, not only does she go through these feelings, like, and I honestly think, I wonder if it was like a part of like that producer's fault, but like I know they're on the island, they really don't know what's going on. Like, she's really just like guessing, because even the fact of Landry telling maybe like America's saving you. I feel like that she took that and ran with it. Like, she took that and ran with it.
She ran to the moon.
She had no idea that it could possibly be her. And when she was recording, and she was like,
calling him out of his name and doing all that extra stuff, and then it's just like, okay, she get into it with Shelly one time, and now she's just the best person in the world. Yeah. And I just didn't appreciate that because honestly, I feel like, as a black woman, I feel like with the Landria and Shelly stuff, it goes so far and it's blown so out of proportion because they are dark-skinned women. And it's just, like, if Huda was doing the same things they were doing, everybody would be mute.
She's still in the villa. She's still in the villa.
And they've been saving her the whole time.
They've been saving her the whole time.
When Nick talking oh, you should have went home. Then you should have sent her home.
Yeah.
Y'all should have sent her home.
What do you think about Sierra?
I would say, I like Sierra definitely on the show. I feel like she was always honest. I know there was a lot of, like, drama on the internet about, like, oh, like, she's low-key, like, PR trained to be on Love Island because I guess she had a friend on Love Island and stuff like that. But I think she was genuine for the most part. I know my girl got taken off the show. And I feel like, I don't really know the situation in depth, but I feel like if it was me in my community and she said the N-word and y'all would have kept her on the show, I would be mad. So I feel like if people are offended by it, then that's the consequence of your actions more so. And yes, it might have been drastic, but that's just the situation you was in. So
yeah, I could understand that. It also makes me like wonder though about like her and like, I don't know if you've seen like the witchcraft. Not saying the witch.
Yeah, I actually seen that today. I seen I was on her page being nosy because she they was asking her about Nick and Alandria. But and it said I just breezed past it. It was something about like, oh yeah, the witchcraft or spell
Etsy
she
witch.
put in or something. My Etsy witch that I asked, she obviously didn't work out because your girl's home with you. So whoever was on her page taking care of her Instagram needed to go.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of crazy. You know, people really do be coming up there with,
Yeah,
those type of intentions. Ain't nobody playing about that, but I thought it was a joke, and then I looked it up and I seen that
but
that's
God is
something
real.
that people that's something that people
Yeah.
do for real. So I was like, oh, take period. So I mean, that also really makes me. Oh, one more question. So for me, I really, 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 really kind of relate to Amaya.
Mhm.
I love Amaya.
Same.
Um, I also love Olandria. I love her as well. But I love how both of them were like able to give the space to be themselves and continue to be continue to be themselves even after they were labeled to be too much and everything.
For sure, especially like labeling Alandria as a bully because I feel like she got a little overheated in one moment. Yeah. It was like, okay, she a bully now?
Yeah, no. And I think like a lot of people kept just pointing out that she put out like Huda's business, but like Huda was about to run up on.
Gonna be growling in the...
No, they're not gonna hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope not. No, it's not. We gonna turn your mic off for that part.
I'm so weak.
Shut up.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Yum. Eat them up. Okay. Anyways,
I'm sorry.
So
that's my favorite thing.
Oh, okay. Period. Oh, so when you watch it, do you see yourself in any of the girls, or does anything about like the show make you, think about like dating and your relationships outside the villa?
Maybe not see myself in people, or like like with the Maya, I feel like her just being like emotional. I feel like I probably don't appear that way, but I am very like sensitive. Mm-hmm. Like anything gonna make me cry. Like I'll be watching movies crying. Or like I remember one time I was a kid and my dad got me some pins for my birthday and I cried because it was sentimental value. But I don't know. I feel like definitely like learning lessons and like how to navigate communication with people. I feel like that's the biggest thing I learned from Love Island, especially with the whole Huda and Jeremiah situation. I was like, oh yeah, okay, maybe I need to reflect on how I'm talking to people, how I'm talking to the man that I love, because the way she was acting, that wasn't that, for her to be so like in love. I understand being upset, but just it was the doing it in front of everybody and knowing it's on national TV, because like maybe go crush your man out at home, but there's a million cameras watching you, and it's like day 5, so yeah.
And then I do agree with that, especially with you saying like the learning the communication part. I think for me, looking at Love Island, one thing that told me like I probably need to start working on with myself. I think seeing Amaya, and I think it was like kind of from the guy's perspective. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm really good about like whether I need to say something or whether I don't. And same. I think, like, for me, like, the guys, Ace, I think it was very necessary for Ace to stand on his business, because if he didn't, it would have been the same thing with other guys, like, especially with Zach and Austin.
But they didn't handle it well.
Yeah, they didn't.
That's the only thing I appreciated about Ace with this situation is because he communicated. He was upfront with her about, hey, this is too much for me. Even if it was harsh in the moment, I feel like it was still appreciated in the end. Exactly. Austin, he acting delusional and confused every time, but you're telling everybody else you don't like her. Next. And Zach dogpiling while she was already crying. Like, we didn't need you to say that, brother.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I said, like, it also just made me realize that, like, even when it is hard to, like, say how you feel, communicate how you feel, trying to figure out how you feel, trying to figure out if you should say something, say it. Because at the end of the day, like...
Yeah, because I'm the kind of person, like, I don't know, something on my chest, I got to get it off my chest. I got to live with it and let it brew in my mind. No, we actually going to talk about it. Yeah. Because I'm not about to be the only one dealing with this.
Yeah. And my issue with you, you need to sit that with that in your head so that way you can fix yourself. The fuck? So that really makes me, like, get into our next question, last question on the Love Island takes, but... with that being said, and this being a finale, like, who do you want to win tonight? Who's on your, like, radar?
Obviously, Nick and Alandria. I
Okay,
think
period.
Iris and Pepe, they're cool, but not my cup of tea. Chris and Huda, y'all heard how I feel about Huda. Chris is okay, but, like, you still new here. You from Casa Amor. You can't even be no winner for real.
Yeah, I guess.
Who else is left? Oh, Amaya and Brian. I feel like they're gonna win just because of like her mass following as of recent, and I wouldn't hate that either because I feel like I really appreciated how he just took up for her in that moment because it was like everybody was really coming at her and he was like, hold on, do y'all really think y'all been meeting her halfway? And I don't think any of them considered that before that night.
Yeah.
Like actually considering her and her feelings. It was just like, oh, she doing too much for me. I'm running away. But like, be considerate of someone else and how that makes them feel. Because, like, she really is just being herself.
She is. And if that's not, she, like you said, and I love how she kept reiterating in different ways. Which if I'm not your book to read, I'm not your book to read. If I'm not your cup of tea, I'm not your cup of tea.
Yeah, don't sip it.
That's it. That's all. Don't even touch it, baby. It's too hot.
Lock it.
I think I want, I do love Amaya and Brian. I can't say that. But I do love Nick and Olandra, but I don't really care too much for Iris and Pepe. I think they both came in love two people. And then they both, I'm kind of confused. If y'all love people, y'all just trying to, I love y'all to death. I think they're really cute. But Brian and Brian's cute. I'd be wondering if they just like each other for like the looks too, though. And because he's settled for her.
Especially with Brian, I just don't think Brian is genuine. I definitely think Amaya is genuine. But I don't know. I think
Olandria really like Nick though.
I think she's getting there. Yeah, I think she like they're obviously friends and they have a good like friendship. I think she's getting to the romantic part of it. Slow burn too, so that's like even though I feel like Love Island isn't the place for slow burning, but Cordell and Serena did it last year.
But in those circumstances, that's definitely a way of slow burning though. Yeah. Like that's the slowest burn that they could have got. They tried to put them together twice.
No,
like,
literally.
Shit.
So if it don't work now, it's just not meant to be.
Yeah, and but I'm excited to see who wins.
I can't wait to watch tonight. That's what I'm doing when I leave here.
Period. It makes me think about like how I can like move outside of the villa because we really do live our life like kind of just like that. I mean,
without the challenges in the games,
without the challenges and stuff, but you don't know what nobody doing behind your back. So I mean, you still kind of like you look, you still kind of picking and choosing in a different way. Yeah. I mean, I'm not
like
saying
exploring our connections in the real world.
Exactly. And if you're single, you probably still, you go to the club, you go to, like
guys be disappointing though.
Yeah. So. I think I
can put just I'm not disappointing. I feel like the guys be disappointing.
But I mean, some girls be disappointing as well. I can't. Yeah. I'm not maybe one of the girls. I'm actually like.
Right. I'm not one of those girls.
I'm actually like literally her.
Gorgeous girls get whatever they want.
Yeah. And it's not hard for them. Amen. So, I can't. Okay, so hold on. Cut this.
I'm saying, what's next?
Nothing. I just gotta find me where I was at.
We was wrapping up Love Island.
Hold on. I got transition words, so that way.
Period.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure. So I won't keep saying the same thing over and over again. Okay, so see your girl. I want to ask you another question, shift a little bit on, navigating womanhood because, that's basically, what they're doing in their own way. For the girls' point of view, they're living their own life. We live our life.
Yeah.
So on that note, I want to talk about navigating womanhood in general. If you had to name 3 things that, you've been learning, what would it be?
About becoming... Not people like becoming one, but just like growing into myself and like just navigating womanhood. Being a 20-year-old and being a young Black woman in America. Oh my God, 3 words?
Yeah, 3 things. 3 things, and then I'll share mine.
You gotta share yours first.
No,
I don't know. Okay. I don't know.
Okay, I think one for me is setting boundaries.
Okay.
I know you said we talked about it, and you was saying something about like I don't know. It was like you felt like it was a lot that you should have been told, like you didn't know.
Oh yeah.
And I felt like setting boundaries. Like I feel like some of these big. I don't know. It's not big words, but like setting boundaries when it comes down to yourself, I feel like nobody really explained how to go about it, what it is.
I would definitely say, like, as I became an adult and, like, working and going to school and then eventually moving out on my own, I feel like I was just, like, thrown into being an adult. And I was like, okay, no one really had, like, the tough and real hard conversations with me. Like, okay, things are going to be hard and you got to figure out a way to work through those things. You have to find a balance. And I feel like I really struggled with trying to find a balance of, like, family life and going to work and going to school and being in a relationship and being a sister. I felt like, and being a friend, I was like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm not having fun. So I feel like you really have to figure out the things that are most important to you and prioritize those things. And I feel like one of those things is definitely family. And I feel like I really want to get better at, like, spending time with my family and being there, especially because I do have a lot of siblings and we're only going to get older and, like, move on to our own paths and things like that. I just want to make sure we always have, like, a good bond and connection because I have siblings on my dad's side and on my mom's side. Just navigating life and, like, just simple things is, like, paying bills and just, like, finances and, like, balancing things and budgeting or, like, what else? Being a girl, I don't know. I feel like a lot of things that we do experience that we don't talk about as much is just hardships in the workplace and, like, understanding that things are honestly going to be 10 times harder than us just because of the way that we look and we're women. And I feel like just trying to create a path for yourself and, like, sticking to that. And I feel like that's where I'm getting to now. Like, just finding out what it is Nasia wants, setting future me up for success, and just, like I said earlier, being true to myself.
Period.
Yeah. Because I feel like I'm naturally, like, a leader, not a follower. And I want to, like, that's why I want to break out of being shy and, like, be who I am. So, yeah.
Girl, amen. I know that's right.
Took me a while to get to it, but I knew what I wanted to talk about, y'all.
Yeah. So, with that being said, so do you think that will be your 3 with family?
Balancing life, relationships, when it comes down to just life everything. In general, everything that comes from financial relationships, work-life balance, and like you said, just prioritizing self, putting yourself first, because you can't help people if you're not helping yourself. And I think it took me, had to find that out the hard way, that, like, if you're not pouring into yourself, you don't have anything to pour into someone else. Like, even if you are giving someone something and you're, like, your cup isn't full, you're depleting yourself in the end. Even if you don't feel it in the moment, you feel it on the back end.
Long run, you fucking yourself up. I definitely agree, because that's one thing I've been trying to do, especially when it comes down to, I think, relationships. Not relationships, friendships. Because I love my homegirls down. It always is going to be my homegirls, but it's also, like, sometimes you got to put your boundaries first. Sometimes you got to put yourself first. So I think for me, definitely setting the boundaries with the close friends, and then just also not feeling guilty for outgrowing things or setting my boundaries. Because when you start setting new boundaries, it's new to people. Like, they just be looking like, girl, now all of a sudden, like, now you just causing chaos. But ain't nobody causing chaos. Like, I'm setting boundaries that should have been stuck on a long time ago.
And I'm real strict. So it's like, if I set a boundary with you and you, like, kind of disrespect it, or, like, you take it as a joke, I don't feel like I want to be your friend anymore.
Yeah, because that makes me feel like you don't take me serious.
Yeah, and you don't respect me. And I feel like outside of relationships with men, when it comes to me and my friends, I feel like I always respect my friends. I love my friends down. I'm going to do whatever for my friend. And it's like, if you can't give me grace the same way I give you grace, or respect me in the same way I respect you, then I don't think we could be friends.
Yeah, but I don't think we can be as well. Yeah. It's gonna.
Because it ain't going to work.
Yeah. Because you're going to continue doing the same thing, and it's just going to be different.
And there ain't no fake apologies, and then we going to be cool again. Because you're going to do it again, girl. And I'm going to be the bad guy again. Because I got a boundary. Because you can't talk to me like that. Or I can't go, or whatever. I got to prioritize me.
Yeah. Heavy on the heavy. What you... I got 2 questions for you, babe. Speaking on that part... Okay, so what do you think about, the girls and their birthdays? Because, I know you said something about that before, you...
I don't know. I feel like when it comes to the birthday thing, like, I feel like you just...
Because it's the same thing as putting yourself first. Sometimes things happen, you have to put yourself first.
Yeah, things happen, and, like, I feel like people should be able to give people grace, like, if it's, like, oh, I can't make a birthday dinner or something like that. Because I feel like people be having life going on too. And yes, people still want to like celebrate you. But like sometimes people be having it hard or they can't make it or I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, but I feel like when it comes to the birthday thing, sometimes, and also like when you are in that, the other side of it, you have to understand that sometimes people take their birthday
Very
like more
seriously.
serious than you might take your birthday. So then you
Mm-hmm.
got to show up. And if they plan on a 3 day trip and you know that's that friend that's been talking about their birthday for 6 months and you telling her the day before you can't go no more, that's not right. But like, yeah, I don't know. Because I don't be doing much for my birthdays.
Yeah,
I do a
I could
little dinner and
understand
that's
that.
it. We went to the movies this year and I
Yeah.
loved it because everyone said
I had a
hi. We
good
watched the movie. Then
time.
everyone said bye.
It was a good
And that's
time,
all we needed to do.
honestly. And
Yeah.
I think I was waiting for it. The message was cute. I was like, shit, let's go.
Yeah.
Like,
I had a lot of fun.
yeah, I definitely agree. I think it definitely matters with the girls and their birthdays. But I do believe in putting yourself first sometimes. I ain't gonna
Always.
lie. I do think it does come down to definitely like, situation at hand. But and especially, the time frame that you're giving people
Mm-hmm.
and everything. But yeah, I do feel like I've been on the other hand where I felt like, I did want to like really
Mm-hmm.
put things into actions for myself. I don't feel like I would have been in
Yeah.
this predicament where I had everything where I was at right now.
If you
If
would have.
Yeah, because I know years prior I continued putting someone else's,
Mm-hmm.
before mine, and then it came my birthday, I was like fucked up, or became the time
Yeah.
where I wanted, planned to do things. I was out of luck because I was,
And that's
so
my only thing about the people who be so gung ho about birthdays, like about their birthday, and then it's like when it's anybody else's birthday, you don't show up the same way you expect people to show up. That's
yeah.
what I don't like because if you okay, I don't know,
Or just any just any
don't,
day, not
yeah,
even just a birthday. Like like
yeah,
you don't, we don't, we just, it's not like that any other day. You don't show up any other day. Do you? Or I think it's more so asking somebody like, do you feel like you show up for that
mhm,
person
yeah,
every time, or the time where they want you to?
yeah. And sometimes people know that y'all don't never hang out or do nothing, and then you want to invite me out only on your birthday, and then I'm supposed to be there with a gift. And for me, when it comes to the birthdays, I just like, okay, yeah, if you're gonna be all about your birthday too, and I want to show up and be there for you as best as I can, I just want the same thing in return. Oh. But yeah, for me, like when it comes to relationships, whether it be friendships or like relationships like with a partner, I feel like I just want reciprocity. Like I just want you to give me
Girl,
what I'm giving you, and I feel like if you can't give me that, be honest, and we can go about our ways. Because I feel like no matter what the relationship is, I'm, I love loving
yeah.
people, and I feel like if we're like, I don't know, I'm weird. Like if I meet
No,
somebody,
you ain't
like,
weird, girl. You real.
like
That's
if we're
literally
either
what I
gonna
say.
click right away or
Mm-hmm.
we're not gonna click, and it's like, but when we do click, I love you
Yeah.
automatically, and I'm gonna do my best to show up for you as much as I can and be a good friend to you or be a good partner
Mm-hmm.
to you. But it's like, I just want that to be a natural given in return. Like I shouldn't have
Yeah.
to tell you to show up for me the way I'm showing
Do you
up
feel
for
like you
you.
get that a lot?
Um, I think maybe before no, but I feel like, and I stopped being friends with those people,
Mm-hmm.
or like stopped being in those relationships, and I feel like it really is just. I feel like that's the biggest thing I stand on. If you're not giving me what I'm giving you, I really will
Yeah.
stop talking to you, and maybe I need to stop doing that. But like,
No,
I don't
hell
know, especially if
no.
I feel like if I'm communicating with you, which I feel like I got better with friends because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I would just write things off instead of having a conversation.
I'm a big
But it's
person like
like,
that too, especially with friends. I feel like,
yeah,
girl, we ain't always shit with
and that's my problem. So I really try to get
Yeah.
out of that. But it's like if I take the initiative to have a conversation with you when I have feelings like about you that like aren't the best or like things that I feel like we could work on, and
Mm-hmm.
then but like when you feel some type of way about me, you don't give me the same grace to have a
Yeah.
conversation. You just talking about me to everybody
Mm-hmm.
else. Oh, so we weren't friends to begin with.
Well, yeah, you been
And
felt
yeah,
that way. Yeah, I
yeah,
completely understand that. And I know you said something that was like maybe I should stop doing that, but I feel like no, like that's something that I'm learning to do, and I think it's something that could put you in the middle of feeling like like you don't like you don't
mhm,
have nobody, or you might be
yeah, for sure,
losing everybody, you might be
yeah,
making a wrong decision, you just causing chaos, you causing like hassles. But I feel like no, for real, like you have to teach people how to treat you, and I feel like it's very hard when, especially with friends, like you said, if you
mhm,
decided that I used to just write stuff off, and
yeah,
now all of a sudden I'm like, hey, like I actually don't like this, I'm gonna let you know if you don't respect
for
it,
sure,
I have to move accordingly. So I don't feel like that's wrong. And I think it kind of takes me into like the conversation of when you was talking about like reciprocity, 50-50 conversations. Because I do feel like
50 and 50 and 50 cent. Because what
yeah,
are we talking about?
Yeah. I'm
But no.
I don't know. I do have like a very, I don't know. I think I might have a weird opinion on the 50-50
No, I can get into mine. I don't think mine is too controversial. I think for me, when it comes to 50-50, I try to be understanding. Like, yeah, I'm 23, and the people that I'm usually dating are my age as well. And I can be realistic. We're not having, like, majority of the time, they're probably not going to have a salary job and making 6 figures a year. They're working towards that. And I can be understanding of that. Like, okay, yeah, you can't pay my rent and all my bills right now. But, yeah, if we're going on a date, you're going to pay for dinner.
Yeah.
So, like, things like that. But I definitely feel like, and I'm going to meet you halfway also, like, I'm going to pick up dinner sometimes, or I'm going to, like, you pay for dinner and I get the sweet treat or something afterwards. But, yeah, like, always doing my part. And, like, even if it's, like, because I feel like those are just, like, natural roles that I feel like I want a man to take on naturally. Like, when you're coming into a relationship, like, I feel like you should want the initiative, like, okay, yeah, not the, oh, I'm paying for everything, but I'm the provider and I'm taking care of things, whatever that looks like. And I feel like if I'm doing my role as the girlfriend or the wife, whoever, I feel like then you would feel like the effort that you're putting in is reciprocated, even if it's not in a financial way or whatever the case may be.
Completely understand.
I was rambling, but yeah.
No, I think that like explains it down to a T a little bit about like how I am. I think I'm super independent. I don't really need a man for nothing.
Same.
So like I do think part of the 50-50 conversation is like a lot of people wanting people to do things that they really can't do for themselves, or feeling like somebody's obligated for taking on those type of responsibilities too early,
unrealistic,
or just in general, just especially compared to social media.
For sure, and that's what it is.
Yeah, and I feel like that, I think is like, that is the part where I think people get the 50-50 like mixed up, because it doesn't go all into that.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit like what we said. I think everybody's 50-50 or reciprocity looks different, like what you want. And I'm the same way. I want whatever I reflect to somebody, I want it to show up back. I'm not telling you to be working a 6-figure job. I'm not telling you to do that, but I do want to feel.
But I want you to be doing your best, and like whatever that looks like, you're still showing up for me.
Yeah, like, showing up for me, showing up for yourself,
and showing up for us, because I'm not the only one in this relationship.
Definitely. And I think even when it comes down to money, I think like I'm always going to be a person that has my own. And I think a lot of people talk about like having somebody take care of you. I don't know, for me, something about like somebody taking care, I definitely think the older I am growing, I'm realizing what I want in relationships and what I like, what I want in general.
Yeah.
And I understand that. So I've been doing that.
Period.
But I do.
And what does that look like?
Right now, I can't say it don't look like too much.
Okay.
It doesn't look like too much.
She's
it's more
honest.
so just me taking notes and being like, hey, like, this next man that I'm looking at, this I want him to.
This is what I want him to have.
Yeah, and I'm just realizing, dealing with people and like realizing like this is not what I want. This is what I want, and you really won't get that until you mess with people and get to
have
know
different experiences.
Exactly, because you will never.
I feel like that's what I'm trying to work myself into now, because I feel like I've always been the kind of girl to just be in a relationship, like just have a boyfriend. I feel like since high school, I feel like I just had a boyfriend, and they've always kind of been like long term. And I'm 23 now, and it's like, yeah, I would like for the person that I'm with currently to be my end all be all, but I feel like I have to be realistic. I'm still young, and there's still more people to see, more things to see. And there's more people in this world that love you more than you know, and you just haven't experienced them yet. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm trying to find them wherever they are.
Yeah, that's why I say I feel like we live in our own, like, little...
Love Island.
Yeah, because Nick and Olandra, that made me think about, them. Like, you never know who is behind... You never know who loves you, like, who's looking around. But, I definitely agree. I think, like, the money part as well, like, I do want somebody that's, financially stable, but I don't think... I'm
not saying that you're still on 100%. Like, you have to take care of me and yourself. Like, let's be real here.
I think I'm 100% on what you said as well. Like, I think that's exactly how I roll, as far as like I know what I want. Certain things I used to be like when I was younger, like I don't want a man to do certain things. I'm really independent.
And
but
now I'm like,
the more that I realize, I'm so independent that I feel like you should want to take care of these things. So,
and that's how I be feeling, because I am independent, and I feel like I don't naturally ask for help. So I feel like as my partner, and this might be like a bad thing, but I feel like if you see that I need help and you know that I'm not good at asking for it, take some sort of initiative more so, in whatever that looks like. But yeah,
it's not a bad thing. It's what you want, and I think sometimes we have to be a little bit more stingy with those type of things, because it can turn really quickly into you like downplaying your needs and like, you know, showing up somebody, you know, but just saying like Amaya, you know,
I'm not used to this. Well, you just you're not used to this, but this is who I am. This is what I
want.
Yeah, if you can't meet those standards,
and I don't feel like I'm asking for too much.
Sayonara.
Exactly. Period. Yeah, and I'm the same way, and I'm especially when it comes down to peace, reciprocity. When it comes down to peace as well, family. Like I want everything to be at peace when it comes down to that, you know, in relationships. So I want to shift a little and talk about, you know, getting into content creation, because I know that's something you're talking about. You've been getting into 2025.
Yes. I feel like I was telling you earlier, I feel like our generation and just like growing up with social media and seeing the change from like how it was in the early 2000s and how much it's grown now. I feel like we've always like naturally gravitated towards content creating, just like being in the kitchen and acting like you're recording a video, but you're not recording a video at all. You're just making a bowl of noodles type. But like, I feel like it's something I've always wanted to do, and I feel like a lot of people get into it for the money, and it's obviously a lucrative thing when you do become successful. But I think a large part of becoming like getting on social media or like becoming an influencer is like that long-term period of just like awaiting for your, not your blow up, but just like your, I don't know, when you do reach that like accolade, whatever you're looking for. I feel like the greatest part of becoming an influencer, or like the influencer that I like, is that they weren't always as big as they were. It took time to get to their journey, and they're appreciative of their journey, and those are the genuine people that you see online, and not the fake people who just be doing stuff for money. And I feel like I want to be one of those people. I feel like I want to step into content creating just to like showcase myself further. Just like stepping out of that box. Like I'm saying, I'm tired of being shy. I'm very introverted, but I feel like I told you, around the right people, I'm an extrovert, and I feel like I'm just gotta be myself.
You gotta stop saying you tired of being shy, because like you being shy is a part of you. Like, you know, it's not you stop being shy. You're introvert when you're around good people. You know, you are who you are, and that's you know, your body's gonna react and move the same way.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fine. And then when you're in a new chapter of your life where you feel like, you know, it's a new season,
entering my
it's a
star
new shift
area.
in the world. Exactly.
Yeah, I get that, because like you said, being shy isn't a bad thing, and it's not even like shyness. I'm just very reserved, and I feel like I'm okay. People don't like awkward silence or like silence at all. I feel like if we don't know each other, like I don't need small talk. This might sound bad. Like I don't need small talk, or like I don't know, because I don't know what to say. Like I really don't know what the weather's like today, and how you doing, how you sleep last night. Like no, I want to have actual real conversation. So I think I don't really care for, that's why I don't care for small talk.
And I think like that's one thing that I've like used to say as well, but I think even with podcasting and you know my job, like, you know, I be talking to people, and I feel like small talk definitely leads into those big conversations. Like you just gotta know how to get into, you gotta know how to get into them. And I think like me doing that has opened up so many different pathways of knowledge and like prayers over my life, and just like especially made me understand like just things, especially, you know, talking to, you know, elderly people, what they got going on and things. No. I love them to death. They gonna tell me every time that I'm like, they're like, girl, you're good. You're 20. Yeah, you act like you're 35. You're good. You're smart. I'm like, oh yeah, baby, I'm gonna be straight. Like I ain't got nothing to worry about. They pray over me up and down.
That's
I'll be like,
funny.
you know, like. And they know everything. I feel like if anything, I'm gonna be scared of people that don't know nothing. Because because if you done went through it all and can tell me different stories, like.
Yeah, I definitely have to get over the small talk thing, because I feel like that's a significant part of like networking.
Yeah.
But brother, spare me.
You're so cute. No, I don't blame you. I think it's definitely something. Like I met this guy at the snow cone like thing, girl. I just went there to get some like shaved ice, and it actually like was really good. I ended up like going to his like ice cream place, because he has like an actual
trying
shop.
To get you.
See,
that's all I'm talking to strangers. He's trying to get you ice cream, get you in the back of his van.
No. But no, he has like something with like marketing. So he was like saying marketing my podcast, and I liked it. You know, now I can say I did pray over it, and you know, I'm not saying that I didn't make the decision, but it did open up my mind about the studios and stuff. You know, it opened up your mind to a lot of things, to just expand things in different ways.
Past what you were thinking originally.
Exactly. Yeah. So, it definitely opened up my mind to things. So I think, like, at first I don't be wanting to get nobody. I don't tell nobody I got a podcast until they start talking about something else. You know, but I feel like God brings those conversations.
Put yourself out there, though. Yes, me.
Small talk. Let's see.
I don't know, but that's like, for me, that's not small talk. I feel like we're friends, but I feel like if he came up to me and was like talking about your podcast, I feel like that's something we can actually have a conversation about.
But you don't know what people like into now. That's why I said I just be chilling. I went up there to get some
ice cream. And I don't be wanting to find out.
He just started talking to me.
What this stranger likes.
He was like, yeah, I be doing all this. This is real. This real. I got a music video. You got to come up to the shop. I'm like, oh. Okay. And then he was like, I'm for real. I was just on the news. I'm like, okay. He showed me his page, and then I was like, well, I got a podcast. Like, what's this? So we just was talking, and that I felt like it was, more genuine, and like I forgot ice cream.
I feel like those things would naturally happen, more so.
Yeah.
I feel like everything happens for a reason. Like, I feel like God be putting people in places and things, like, not to say that was God, he put y'all there at that exact same spot, but that could have been what it was.
Definitely.
And that's why
I was just driving.
y'all had that conversation. Yeah. Exactly. You wasn't even planning to go there.
Hell no, girl. I was like, something.
And there was someone there that could help you, and I was like, let me take her on this path that I'm putting her on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. So, with that being said, I love this. I love everything. I love your reasoning behind it all. What are you planning on getting into? Like, can we get a little sneak peek for the girls?
My content is going to be, I would like to stream. I'm guessing on Twitch. I'm trying to figure it out. Actually put a lot of, like, effort and research into it before I just start buying things and I'm sitting in my room looking at a camera. But yes, I would like to stream and, of course, be uploading on TikTok, clipping me. I won't be doing no clip farming, but yeah. Definitely just being myself mostly. I know streaming is typically like gaming when people think of it, or they think of like bigger brands like AMP and stuff like that. But I really just want it to be me, and it's going to be girlies for the girls, and the guys want to watch, the guys can watch. But yeah, it's definitely going to be like more women oriented and just like my everyday life. And yeah, I want to have like a lot of cute different segments. I can't wait to have a damn soundboard. I don't know what sounds are gonna be there, but it's gonna be tea. Yeah, I'm so excited.
I think that's gonna eat down. I can only imagine myself like doing my makeup in my mirror.
We're gonna be doing our makeup together.
TV. Yeah, girl, that eats
talking
down.
Shit,
oh my god,
because that's all I do.
And I feel like there's not too many people that does, especially on the Twitch platform. It's very different. I feel like it's something that I can definitely see you doing. And I don't know what I thought you was going to say when you was going to say content creating. But, because, there's a whirlwind of things.
Yeah, there's a million things. But I just know we have a lot of people, and, like, no shades to the people that do the get ready with me's on TikTok and stuff like that. But I feel like we have enough people doing those. And I think it's always enough money to go around in those, what's the word? In those, like, industries. But I don't know, sometimes when it seems like things are overplayed, it's like, okay, I don't know if I would show up as best as I could
with something else
through
like
that kind of type of content or whatever.
I completely understand that.
I feel like a big part of my content I want, and I probably didn't even touch on it as much as I wanted to in this episode, is mental health. I feel like I'm a big mental health advocate. It's very important for me. I'm going back to school, about to finish my bachelor's in psychology.
Period.
So yeah, I feel like that's going to be a very big part of my content as well, whatever that looks like. But I know something, I'm sharing a little dream of mine, but I want to start like a nonprofit. Really focus on like mental health and like, I hate our homeless population and like things like that. Like things like that really do bother me, and it just doesn't make sense. And y'all putting signs up, don't help people, and just like underserved communities. I feel like people kind of, I don't know what perception people have of me, but I feel like my life wasn't always easy, and I grew up with a single mother, and she has 5 kids, and I have siblings on my dad's side as well, so I understand the struggles of like navigating life through hardships, and it's not always picture perfect how people make it seem on social media, and it's a lot of people going through things that you don't see or you would never know. And I think that's why it's important for me to like speak up, because for me, I didn't share a lot of the things I was going through because I felt alone. But once you do start having conversations with people, you realize the person right next to you is going through the same thing that you going through. They just don't want to talk about it either. And I feel like it's very looked over in our community. And yeah, we just got to get our mental health together, y'all. And I know they be sick of our generation talking about our mental health, but it's a real thing. Just because y'all was suffering for years, we don't want to do that no more and just turn a blind eye. Like, actually, let's better our community and break these generational curses.
Girl, you You took the words out of my mouth. I definitely
So,
understand that completely. I feel like I have a lot of like big dreams that I do like want to be able to, like help people in those aspects, especially when it comes down to like like I said, the older people, I hate the way that they are being treated, especially when it comes down to like not having enough money, having to choose between their food and other things
like what is it called, Social Security and all that, and basically we ain't gonna have no Social Security by the time we get old. And I know I be saying I'm scared of old people, but eventually we are all gonna be older, and it's like what we gonna do when we don't have no resources, nothing to turn to, just each other, and then we're not creating a sense of community now. We're not gonna have it later. So
definitely, I definitely feel for that, and it's something that like sits on my heart like really bad. It like mental health with just people in general, older people as well. I feel like a lot of young, especially young children, everybody goes through it, but like I said, I just think we do go through the same thing, different fonts. We don't talk about it, and I think that's another reason why I do try to make this space to have like other people go through those because you never
a safe space,
especially when it comes down to things in our 20s, and not even just things in our 20s, like conversations like setting boundaries,
just being younger. I feel like
yeah.
our parents don't be understanding, or you're young, you shouldn't have any problems, and it's like, oh,
like no.
What? I wish actually I have all the problems.
Yeah, exactly.
And then some.
And I feel like when the older you grow, you forget those things. So parents, when it does come down to bills, like that's a whole other problem in itself. So it's like, I'm not even thinking about the stuff that I was going through as a child and things that I felt, but those things still sit with you.
They still show up.
Exactly.
Even if you don't think about them, they show up.
They still show up, and that's why I've been like really like trying to just
navigate that.
And unparent
break down some things.
Yeah,
like what's the root of this?
So I definitely think, and I think it's very important trying to do this, do the same thing when it comes down to mental health. I think it all roots back to our childhood. It's a lot of things that we don't talk about, so that's why I try to like do this podcast, because a lot of things does comes down to our childhood and healing, and just learning how you feel so you can set the correct boundaries when you move forward, because you always want to be your higher self and just show up as literally
the best
her.
version of you. Yeah,
exactly, or literally him, or just whoever you are. And I think, like, to do that, it does it requires some unparenting.
It requires a lot of growth and a lot of understanding for the things that your parents were going through. And I feel like if sometimes people don't be ready to
have those conversations.
Navigate that. And I feel like I'd be in that moment sometimes, too. Like, how could this have happened to me? But you don't know. You can't recall where your parents' brain was at that time because you weren't them. And, like, I feel like a lot of times you see on the internet, like, this is your parents' first time being here, too. Like, give people grace because this is their first time here too. It's everyone's first and last. We only got one time. Not to get morbid, but yeah.
No, literally, you're right.
So, just give people grace and understanding. All the good things, y'all.
And I think and I'm gonna close it off with this, but I can say that I think that's one thing I've been trying to like learn. I realized that my name Ayana literally means like God is grace. So I feel like I've always just kind of in a way just been walking around. That's what I said. Like just walking around giving out like grace, or being overly nice, doing overly things that like I never really wanted to do or didn't really feel 100% in my heart. So I just been navigating, always choosing myself, like you said in the beginning, even when it comes down to those little things, and just still giving grace, but giving grace in a way that like still
respectful
grace
of yourself.
Me. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, well, Nasia, thank you for sitting with us today.
Thank you for having me. Oh my God.
Girl, this was a good episode though. I hope you guys liked it. I know you guys don't like it. You better like it. You ain't got
Please
no
have
choice.
enjoyed.
Yes, and I hope it brings you everything exactly what you needed the most, and just leaves you walking away with something good in your ear. Like
yes, hopefully some words of wisdom, a couple laughs. I think I'm so hilarious and funny, y'all. But yeah.
No, too hilarious, too funny.
I didn't show it a lot on here, but I am a character. I feel like I get that from my dad, actually. He's actually very funny.
Girl, you keep saying you feel like you didn't show it up here. I feel like you definitely did.
I just be being me.
Yeah, and I feel like that's exactly what you did today. So I appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah.
And
this is my second step of my star era. Yeah. Period. Get on that stage was number one.
Yeah. Period. She said get up on that stage was number one. But, I love that for you. But yes, I hope you guys like it. Share it with a friend. Share it with your homegirl.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yes, you never know who might needs to hear it. Definitely look out for all my girls' new content coming in
Yes,
very
yes. We're
soon.
gonna be out there soon.
Yeah, and if you felt this one, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Follow us, the Lily Her Podcast family, and enjoy the rest of your day. Have a blessed one.
Bye, y'all. Thank you for having me.
Bye.